The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from uptown Charlotte.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some space here. Stiff-armed him. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Go.
8 yards to go on second down.
Pass the 60.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Morales. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
70.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set at their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 23.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here comes Marshall in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Corral. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 3rd down, here's Corral. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Fielded just inside the 30. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 71 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not... Because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. In motion, Hill. 2nd and 1. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Corral. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now they'll run on the draw. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st down, Harris. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Come on.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Panther 11. Ready.
To throw is Harris. Looking to throw on 2nd down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Ready.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ready.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Mustang 19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Grant Delpit. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Corral on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick six, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
He's going to look deep for more. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Warriors 70.
Looking to throw. Harris. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this returnable for Hill. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Got it. Ready?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Bronco 80.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
128 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And down to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they try the right side here. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Okay,
all runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he's got some space here. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
Hey, check that. Ready?
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready?
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life for this has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
On the set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Ready?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
first down throw here for Corral. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Panthers. Brandon Ayuk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Corral throwing for it.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
Well, they're just going to run it here up the middle. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Play action here. Corral.
He's going to look deep for more. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Corral, another throw on second down.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's Corral on first down.
Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Corral sets up play action.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
2nd and 4. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
23 yards to pick up there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Corral with it on 1st down.
He's going to look deep for Moore. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw again on 2nd down. Corral. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Corral yet again going to throw it.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were... second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Now they send a man in motion right. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Off the RPO, he completes it. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Ready?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic, to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
18, fight in.
Back to throw. Harris. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. The opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way, but you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Hands it off out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them in the turnovers, they've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Harris to throw on 2nd down. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 71 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ready, set.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Bronco switch. Bronco.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Looking left sideline, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop?
Drop 50, drop 50.
Back to throw. And now here's another interception.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
79 Broncos.
Here's Harris. Off play action.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Harris. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Buffalo 18. Seven Pirates.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And incomplete on the deep ball. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang 19, Warrior 17.
Operating from the gun, Harris.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Throwing on second and long.
Corral. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield.
And my goodness, another interception.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Sanders now to add the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Let's go.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Here we go, Scott.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week one and one of our early window games.